For the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions and Showtime, sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, AT&T, Rethink Possible, and Casamigos Tequila, brought to you by those who drink it. This bout is sanctioned by the IBF President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor Paul Artist, the WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, at the IBA, the President, Cy Young Award winner Dean Chance, Supervisor Tom Vaca, along with the District of Columbia Boxing and Wrestling Commission, the Chairman is Scotty Irving. Introducing our three judges scoring this bout from ringside, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Dave Moretti, from Panama, Gustavo Padilla, and from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jerry Roth. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Earl Brown. All right, fans, here we go. It's history at the Capitol and the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified light heavyweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Washington, D.C., it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, from Shymkent, Kazakhstan, now living in Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at 174.5 pounds. His record stands at 14 wins, 1 loss, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight in his 6th title defense, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBA and IBA light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Beibut Shumenov. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, truly one of boxing's all-time greats. Entering the ring wearing burgundy trunks with gold and white trim, fighting out of his home of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at a trim and ready 172.5 pounds. In his 31st world title bout, his record stands at 54 wins, 6 losses, 2 draws, 1 no contest, 1 no decision, and 32 wins coming by way of knockout. In the history books as the oldest fighter ever to hold a world title, please welcome the former undisputed middleweight champion of the world and the current IBF light heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's ageless wonder, introducing Bernard the Alien Hopkins. All right, Bernard. And once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Earl Brown.
Good luck, man. There for you, anything you need.
Yeah, all right.
It's all you, Mr. Brown.
All right. Beibut. Bernard. You guys will receive your instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Anything from here down is going to be considered low. Anything from here down is going to be considered low. Gentlemen, let's get this thing on.
Okay, don't mind if we do.
I know. Belly button, belly button.
Hopkins and Shumenov. Had that common victory over Cornelis. They both dominated him. Does that mean they're even on paper? We'll find out. Hopkins was a considerable favorite. He's only about 2-1. And then Shumenov lowered those odds in places where betting is legal, Las Vegas. To give you some relative idea of the parity that these guys have. Shumenov waiting here, trying to unload something on Hopkins.
Shumenov is trying to be a little aggressive, but without being reckless. And you look and you say, yeah, but he's not jabbing, so how's he not being reckless? Because he's keeping his eyes focused on the chest area of Bernard, so anytime Bernard moves, he's going to be in position to either go left or right.
Well, I'm surprised that more fighters don't try is to jump on Hopkins, who gets more comfortable as the fight goes along. That's just been his pattern. You have a chance to put rounds in the bank on him. Yeah, but once he settles into his groove, it's very difficult to get him out of that groove.
Right.
What Hopkins does is wait, starts to fire right hand leads, frustrates you because you can't get in on him. You exhaust yourself trying to get to him.
And this is exactly what Bernard wants. He wants you to be tentative and hesitant. And the crowd, a few of Shumenov fans yelling Beibut.
He traveled a long way to do it.
If he's going to fight like this for the duration, he's not going to come close to winning.
Well, he'll be in the Konechny camp.
Yes.
One of our earlier fights.
Break, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch. Let him go, let him go, let him go. When I say break, let him go. No punching when I say break, please. Fight.
Talked about the fact that the Shumenov is from Kazakhstan, but now lives in Las Vegas, fights out of Las Vegas.
And Kazakhstan has a great boxing program there. You know, I've been there. Has a great boxing program.
Time!
See it already. Right here, our shot. It's right there. And I said, you put yourself in position. Trust it. You put it back there, put the chain right back in the middle of it. I see you already. I see you.
Seconds, let's go.
You take a look at Shumenov. Both fighters had easy victories in their last. Shumenov stopping Thomas Kovacs in 3 rounds in San Antonio. And Hopkins beating Kara Murat in Atlantic City, New Jersey in October.
Break, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch. Break.
A little bit of mugging already starting here.
Fight.
Hopkins with some short right hands. And then they tie up.
It's funny because the punch that I see here for Hopkins is a right hand. And the punch I see for Shumenov that's open is a left hook.
And he just tried it.
Yeah, the right hand is there for Hopkins. He just needs to shorten it. And Shumenov, the left hook is there for him.
Break, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch.
And Hopkins likes that right hand anyway, especially the short one.
Right.
Even as a right hand lead, which you're not supposed to be able to do against righties. But if you do it from an angle and you have quickness, you can get away with it.
Yeah, right there, right hand. If Bernard just pulled the trigger, right there, right hand.
Right hand by Hopkins sneaked in.
But this is what I mean when I said earlier, how you're beaten before you even get in the ring. Because you're saying to yourself, I'm going to do this, but Bernard is so crafty, he might counter, he might do this, he might do that. So you start to overthink.
And I think what you have to do against this type of an opponent, which is what we saw Chad Dawson do, although he had the physical tools, is you have to try to muscle him. Throw him around. So there's the shoulder roll that Hopkins has, the tying up, and he's hitting on the break and getting under Shumenov's skin. So many tricks that he has. But you bring up something interesting about fighters being intimidated. You know, you could be intimidated by Tyson because of the power.
Right.
But to be intimidated by a crafty guy is something that doesn't usually happen.
Well, that just, it only means that you are not completely confident in what it is you can do. When I was boxing, I was confident that no matter what I did, it was going to work. I didn't worry about if he had something to offset.
I can't have him hustling you while you do it. So I'm saying we can't give up too much while you find your rhythm. And trust me, that you already found it. You just got to trust it.
I got it.
Don't look so big. Don't look so big. Keep that joint.
All right, second, let's go.
Round 3 underway.
And in between rounds, Brother Nazim said, you already see it, you just got to trust it. I like Brother Naz as a trainer. I think he's very intelligent when it comes to tactical. But don't talk cold. You see it, you got to trust it. You see what? That's what I tell my trainer. You see what?
Right.
If it's not confirmed, if you don't know what I see, don't assume I see it. You know,
I think he was talking about the right hand.
Okay, say that. You see the right hand? I say yes, then say, okay, trust it. But don't just say, I see you see it, so trust it.
Double jab here by Hopkins.
Shumenov is, I think, trying to get to the head of Bernard, and it's just not going to happen.
See, look where he has his left hand. You can't set a trap against Hopkins. He's seen everything.
He's seen everything, and he has done everything.
And now he's retreating here, and Shumenov's already complaining to the ref, and he gets nailed by Hopkins.
Right. And this pace here, Hopkins loves. If he got to fight 30 seconds the round, so be it.
And what we had there was Shumenov talking to the referee and Hopkins nailing him. And that captures the mystique of Hopkins perfectly. Get you talking to yourself, get you talking to the referee, diverting your attention, and he nails you.
Nice right hand to the body by Hopkins.
The jab by Hopkins.
Hopkins, nice jab. He steps off and then stops and pops a jab.
The jab by Shumenov scores. Hopkins waiting. What will he do next?
Right
Grazing
there.
jab.
Hopkins is moving predominantly to his right. Shumenov, for the life of me, throw a left hook. Stop him. Force him to go left. If you allow Crafty got to do it, he won't allow himself to play.
So round 3 belongs to Hopkins. Take a look at how Hopkins does his thing.
Steps off, slides around. Shumenov, I don't understand what he was complaining about. And Hopkins steps in, overhand right. Here we go again. Hopkins steps over, throws the jab. He just missed with that right hand. But you see, he has Shumenov now walking into shots.
Shumenov looked lost in that round.
All right, seconds, let's go.
As we start round 4, Bernard Hopkins taking on Beibut Shumenov, defending his title.
And Shumenov, in order to turn this around, because once you give Bernard that confidence and rhythm, it's going to be a long night. So Shumenov has to, when Bernard go to move left, force Bernard right. Or vice versa.
Action here by Hopkins. 3rd in overall championship rounds in boxing history. Emil Griffith had the most. Abe Attell. And here is Hopkins. Good short right hand by Hopkins. And I mentioned before in his title fights, Hopkins' opponent have over 1,000 victories. So he has dismantled some very good guys. Destroyed a lot of careers. Jermaine Taylor never the same. Kelly Pavlik never the same.
That's more or less the end of Kelly Pavlik after Bernard.
Yeah. Antonio Tarver never the same. Well, all 3 of those names held title bouts. Short right hand by Hopkins.
Yeah, now he's standing in front of Bernard.
Now Hopkins able to shake and bake with him here and move. And Shumenov has had a little bit of the deer in the headlights look.
And see, Bernard is getting him used to seeing him move. So watch, Bernard moves, then he'll stop and he'll pot shot him. Like that.
Break, don't punch, let him go, don't punch. Fight.
Good jab by Hopkins.
But I saw that right hand as being the key from Bernard. And if I saw it, and this is the 4th round, obviously Shumenov have yet to pick it up or see it.
Shumenov just not able to get near Hopkins. He gets a grazing right hand in there, but Hopkins can see everything coming from him and anticipates it, so when he doesn't like what's going on, he ties him up.
Let him go. Let him go. Fight. Time!
Well, Hopkins, he slides back, slips over, catch Shumenov coming in, right uppercut, dead on the chin. He liked that uppercut so much, you see Bernard fainting. Shumenov giving the room that he needs. And what happens? Straight right hand. Bernard getting a low board. 6 out of his tongue, backs up. Shumenov gets angry and tries to throw a right hand. Danny Garcia is amazed that at 49 years old, he's still able to clown people. Bernard.
All right, seconds, let's go.
All right, so we're getting ready for round 5, and you saw the right hand lead there that Hopkins got in. The hard, straight right hands, the jab. So Bernard Hopkins in his element against a guy who holds the title belt but looks inexperienced coming in against him.
Beibut, let him go.
Yeah, he certainly looks very, very green and inexperienced. You know, he's a world champion, but only 15 fights, and you're fighting a master. Craftsman.
They tie each other up.
Now he's going to get desperate.
Adonis Stevenson, Bernard, Kovalev, Shumenov, and Jorgen Brammer, the names in the 175-pound division. Right hand lead by Hopkins.
Because Shumenov's still right in front of him.
Let him go, let him go.
And waiting for him to punch. Right there, look at Shumenov. He's standing in front of Bernard. Left hand down. Been getting hit with right hands all night. And he got his left hand down. Very, very amateurish.
And Hopkins could have sent him an invitation about that lead right hand that got in. And still scored with it. He is
Again, there comes
so
a
good
time,
at picking that up.
Right. There comes a time where pick your hand up. You're getting hit by right hands repeatedly. Pick your hand up.
The right hand again by Hopkins.
But I can guarantee you, when they get separation, Shumenov left hand gonna be still. Look at that.
Here's Hopkins leaning to the right.
But not only is Bernard having success with the right hand, Shumenov is just following him around.
Opens up the left hook. Anything Bernard Hopkins wants to do.
Because Shumenov is following him with his hands down.
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Let him go, let him go.
You know what? They should take his belt from him just for being as stupid as he is tonight.
Yeah, you want to get it back, you have to go and do something.
He picked up his left hand. Oh, wow. Nah, I got excited for nothing.
He has no strategy here, and there's the right hand lead again by Hopkins.
Break, no punch, no punch. Let him go. Fight.
And he made this, up to this point, very easy for Bernard.
One of the easiest fights we've ever seen Hopkins in.
Time.
I like what you're doing when you're putting your hands together. What are you doing? When you're putting your hands together. All right, get some water, Big Chris. When you're putting your hands together, I like what you're doing. But I need the hands moving. I need this chain, X. I need this chain.
You can see Shumenov standing right in front of him, hands down. Bernard said, okay, thanks. Straight right hand. Just missed on that follow-up hook, but he's close enough to smother anything Shumenov want to do. Look at that distance. Separation like that. Bernard has the reach, falls in with that right hand.
He has all night to throw that right hand, and he scores with
All right, seconds, let's go.
We get ready for round 6, and Bernard Hopkins is taking Beibut Shumenov to school.
And I know the viewers sitting there saying, Bernard throwing the right hand, so how come Shumenov is not countering? Because watch, every time Bernard lands the right hand, he falls in. He falls all the way in. So that's his defense.
There's that lead right hand again by Hopkins. A quick, short one. Hopkins pounding his chest, something we don't usually see from him.
He's having
I think
fun.
he's excited about what he's doing in
Yeah.
this fight.
Look, Bernard is stepping right. Now he's right in front of Shumenov, and Shumenov does nothing. Throw a jab. Throw a feint. Do something.
And as he throws something, he gets hit because he threw the wrong shot.
Hey, don't slow him, please. Wait.
That's why you have to jab your way in. But look how exasperated he looks, and look how tired he looks, Shumenov.
And look at his left hand. I feel like getting up there in between rounds, slapping him.
Watch those feet, guys. Watch those feet.
But right in front of Bernard, left hand down, he does nothing. Now Bernard is slowly pushing him backwards.
The hook gets in by Hopkins. Double jab by Hopkins.
So look at it. He don't even realize Bernard is pushing him backwards because he's doing it so sudden. So look at Shumenov. He's going backwards without even realizing it.
Jab gets in by Hopkins.
And Bernard knows his distance. He has that space where he can punch. He's throwing those long shots. And Shumenov is just waiting to get hit. That's what he's doing.
Look where that left hand is now, and he's just sitting there.
And Bernard hasn't really turned the right hand over either.
Left hook gets in by Hopkins, and the right hand scores. Going about the bolo. Comes back. This is the easiest fight that Bernard Hopkins has had, probably in a decade to this point.
Step right, and Shumenov does nothing. He's allowing him to step and maneuver any way he wants. And Shumenov is trying to throw hard shots. He should not throw hard shots. Just let your hands go.
Don't punch. Back up.
Tap him if you have to. Just let your hands go.
Wait.
So we are halfway through a familiar story. Hopkins on top.
Get up even more. No hustle. Staying off the ropes altogether. Good stuff. You see the right hand. Joe Louis is right there. But I need you to work that chain. The chain makes him look like he's busier. See what I'm saying? I need that chain. I need that chain. Come on with it. Come easy when you're inside.
Take the power off and just pick it up.
Break it up with that chain, son. Off that right hand, give me that short investment to the body. Come on, man. You tore my gut up, man. Please. This guy ain't been hit as many times as me.
All right, let's go seconds.
Let's go, all right?
We ain't gonna play with him, man. Let's finish.
You got mouthpiece? Quick.
All right, so we start round 7. And Brother Naseem Richardson in the corner of Bernard Hopkins actually imploring him to finish the fight.
Yeah, step it up and get the knockout. And why not? Because he's able to land one right hand, throw the left hook and right hand again behind it. Combinations, he could probably get Shumenov out of here.
It's one of the few times we've heard that from Richardson over the years, as Hopkins has been engaged in fights against guys that he has to outlast, let them get tired, and then he decisions them. But this has been a gliding effort
Let him
by
go,
Hopkins.
Beibut, you're holding. Let him go.
Doing everything he wants, and Shumenov playing into it.
Okay. All right. Fight.
And you would think there would be some urgency on the part of Shumenov, but it hasn't been yet. He's still looking to throw one punch.
And that's what happens when a guy beats you to the punch. Jab here by Hopkins. The timing has been good for Hopkins. Makes you reset. Then the right hand lead by Hopkins, so unconventional, but it catches Shumenov.
He threw 3 stiff jabs, Shumenov stood in front of him, so he decided to throw a right hand. And Shumenov not only standing right in front of him, he's walking straight in.
He's not throwing. There's the chance for the hook right there. Doesn't throw it, and he gets nailed with the right hand.
Break, break, break. Don't punch, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch. Fight.
Now comes in with his hands down low again, and the jab was far out. Could not get in.
You know, Bernard is just allowing him to use his aggression against himself. Shumenov, that is. Bernard just allowing him to come in. Every time he come in and throw a little jab, Bernard either pops him with a jab or throws a right hand.
As he did against the likes of Tavares Cloud recently. Guy was tall, younger, and just out of gas by the end of the fight. Left hook by Hopkins. And round 7 is history.
Time!
Boxing smart. I want to turn it up. I want to turn it up. Boxing smart. My chain can get this done. My chain get this done. When you double it up, show Joe Louis, I need my investments though. I need my investments. You talking that chump in me, man.
Well, you see Bernard here. Look at the eyes, the concentration. He saw one jab by Shumenov, so the second one came. He's able to counter, block, counter with 2 shots. He's watching every punch Shumenov is throwing and waiting for his opportunity to counter. Even when Shumenov tries to wrestle with him, it doesn't work.
Take a look at Bernard Hopkins, 49 years young, taking on Beibut Shumenov. Dave Bontempo and Brian Adams with you at the Armory in Washington, D.C. Bernard Hopkins and Beibut Shumenov, both title holders at 175 pounds. One fighter 19 years older than the other. He's the one doing all the damage.
And it's strange because, I mean, obviously I'm sitting here.
Break,
I'm
don't
not
punch, don't
2
punch,
feet
don't punch. Let
in
him go,
front of
Bernard. Bernard, let him go.
But I can see every time he's about to throw his right hand. And Shumenov just haven't picked up on it. Here's a guy who had an extensive amateur career, went to the Olympics, world champion. Certain things you need to pick up on.
That guy's had 5 successful title defenses as well, not even just a brand new champion.
When Bernard turns his shoulder right, dips his shoulder right, he's about to throw the right hand. But when he stays on an acute angle, he's gonna do nothing but jab.
And if you're fighting him off your Shumenov,
You gotta pick
pop
these
2
things
jabs
up.
in there to start with. You'll make him reload.
But now at least Shumenov is trying to throw hooks, trying to keep Bernard, keep his right hand up high for defense.
Break,
So he's
don't
doing
punch,
the right
don't
thing.
punch.
He's trying to throw hooks.
Fight.
See, I don't like this. He's standing there just doing nothing. Bernard don't mind that.
Now let the clock tick.
Yeah.
Right hand by Hopkins scores. Left hook by Shumenov.
Scored nothing but air though.
Jab, and there's a right hand by Hopkins.
And still, Bernard is controlling the movement. He's controlling the output of punches. They call that ring generalship, don't they?
Yeah, and they don't usually reward it, but they do in his case. He's the general, all right. He's in charge of this one.
I need to turn this up for purpose. I feel like you're in charge, but when you're in charge, you're supposed to do something with it. This is what you told me. We had these conversations in private, son. Now it's time for us to go to that place we want to go. We ain't been in a long time. Crank it up on this dude. Show me this thing. Crank it up on this dude. This dude quick for you, man. Glad them investments from shot you when to do the quick. Bring my wheels, put the combinations together, man. That short right hand is there. Where's my double hook? Short right hand is there, baby. Just come down to how bad you want this thing, man. Okay, just come back to how bad you want it. All right. You done got caught. You done got.
All right, seconds, let's go.
We head into round 9, and Bernard Hopkins conducting a clinic against Beibut Shumenov. Hopkins is 54-6-2. Shumenov 14-1. They both hold light heavyweight championships.
See, now Shumenov is starting to cut the ring off somewhat.
Well, he really might as well go for broke. He's had 8 rounds of Hopkins timing him. You might as well try a different speed. Try swarming and see what happens.
But I still don't like where that left hand is out of Shumenov. He hasn't had enough right hands.
And he's eaten quite a few of those.
Here come a right hand.
Hopkins waiting.
Break. Let him go, Bernard.
When he turns his shoulder right, he's going to throw the lead right hand.
Good right hand lead by Hopkins, and then a good strong right hand. And the jab by Hopkins. Shumenov trying to cut off the ring, but not throwing when he gets close.
Yeah, I really don't think he knows how to cut the ring off. Yes, he has had success with former world champions Montel Griffin, Byron Mitchell, William Joppy, but they were old, they were faded at the point when he fought them. So he didn't have to really be creative and cut the ring off.
Shumenov unable to get anything started. There's the jab by Hopkins. Has his chance here. He's got Hopkins moving away. This one he should leap in. He's tired too. And you take a look at where that left hand is. Maybe he's too tired to operate normally with it.
So that left hand has been all night. Where he has been standing right in front of Bernard, just waiting to get hit.
Hopkins again doing his work.
Well, Bernard steps over, as soon as he steps over, right hand. Just repeatedly. There was a right hand behind the jab. And the shocker. Let's see what this replay is. Right hand.
The singular right hand. When he can get that in from that distance with that kind of time.
And he's not even putting his body behind the right hand. So if he did, he'd have knocked Shumenov out.
On these combinations, bro.
All right, seconds, let's go.
Focus on these combinations. Step on the gas. You in shape, man.
Tenth round action. Bernard Hopkins, ageless wonder of boxing, 49 years old.
And see, when you have a matchup like this, let's compare this to the Peter Quillen matchup. Peter was boxing but winning. Whether you expect a knockout from him or not, he was winning. He was boxing. But they booed. Whereas Bernard, they came in expecting to see an artist. You know, paint the picture. Round after round, you see a different image. And at the end of the night, you're going to see the complete picture. So the crowd is appreciative of Bernard.
And, you know, it's for what he's done. It's for him being 49 and turning back the clock. And being able to dismantle, thoroughly dominate guys with good records and guys who have title belts. And he doesn't fight bums.
No, he's fighting who they put in front of him.
And what they always put in front of him is somebody with a belt, because he won't fight unless that's at stake. So it's all been top-level guys, and he makes them appear frustrated, and he makes them look amateurish. It's a guy that likes to fight you in close.
Right, he engages. It's not as if he's giving you a bunch of lateral movement. He engages with guys.
He follows whatever mistake you've made and turns that into his strategy. And in this case, with Shumenov carrying a low left hand throughout this fight, then the Hopkins right hand over the top became a big part of the game plan.
And all Shumenov needs to do is throw a quick double left hook. Because every time you throw one hook, Bernard catches a fire. Quickly throw a double hook.
Hopkins with a small edge in power punches landed, but a high edge in power punch percentage. Landed about half of his punches that are not jabs, showing that he has his distance down perfectly and has good proximity to Shumenov when he fires.
You can see Bernard just waiting for that counter right hand.
Time!
Break off the shot, you can counter with combination. Not just one, you can counter. You made him miss 20 punches over there, but you only made him pay 2 or 3 times. Make him pay with the combination. Don't have to be big. Run it, invest. When he look big, you went big in the investment. Touch him, run him, put him together. It's time to get him, baby. It's time to run. Because see, he know you're not going to sustain an attack.
All right, seconds, let's go.
Beibut Shumenov, Bernard Hopkins into round 11 we go. It has been the Bernard Hopkins Clinic.
I'm just going to take a wild gamble guess here. Shumenov's going to stand in the middle ring with his hand down, left hand down. Bernard going to throw some right hand and land clean.
All right, we've talked about some of the things Hopkins does. What has he done tonight most as Shumenov tries to come on a little bit, that has shown you his throwback status?
Well, he's been able to, as always, remain consistent. Take what is given to him. Shumenov gives him right hands, he's taking it. He's not trying to do anything above what he should be doing. And that's
big shot.
Right hand.
It opens up, and the knockdown.
6, 7, 8. How you feel?
A big bomb from Hopkins. He rarely stops, guys, but I think tonight it's there in front of him.
But look at that left hand of Shumenov. Just got knocked down, didn't he?
And he should be, if you're not able to do something, either grab to survive or put that hand up.
No, I don't think he knows how to hold on.
Well, Hopkins wants to land another big shot. There's
Nice
a left hook by Hopkins. A right hand, big left hook by Hopkins.
And Bernard can certainly get the knockout if he commits.
The B-hop chant turning into a crescendo now. The crowd will love to see the rarity of rarities, a knockout from Hopkins.
Yeah, Bernard commits. He can get the knockout this round.
Good hook by Hopkins.
Just one punch though. Bernard need to put them together.
Well, he's going to the spot where the left hook by Shumenov is sure to follow, and then he can pop the right hand over that.
Come on, punch out. Break, don't punch. Right.
Shumenov exasperated and fatigued, totally gassed. Hopkins mentions, come on over.
Yeah, he's just playing with him now.
Yeah, he's been toying with him for a while, but there's a big example of it there as Hopkins.
Oh, nice right hand by Shumenov.
Gets reminded that the other guy is here.
Shumenov looks discouraged there. And rightfully so. Because Bernard steps in with the left hook. Missed the swooping right hand.
How you feel, B-Buck?
But that time threw a short jab. Quick right hand. Just look at the concentration of eyes of Bernard. Shumenov was not expecting that. And I'm not sure why he wasn't expecting the right hand. And then Bernard steps out, check left hook, which wobbles Shumenov. Look at the concentration of Bernard Hopkins.
Okay, the final rounds. And what has been an exceptional performance for Bernard Hopkins against Beibut Shumenov.
And then, you know, people ask the question, why is Bernard still fighting? He's 49. This is why he's having fun.
Having fun,
and he's
nobody can convince him via their performance to get him out of the game. So he gets more fans. The older he gets, the more the idea of watching the oldest fighter try to extend that streak. He occupies that rare spot in the hearts of fans, being the oldest. So every time he fights, it's an extension of that. And how about if he fights right around the time he's 50?
You're right. He's become more or less a franchise on the East Coast now. When he fights, you're coming to see what he's going to do tonight.
Good hook by Hopkins, jab, body shots by Hopkins.
Body shots hurt him.
Break. Let him go, B. Let him go. Back up. Don't punch him. I say break, please.
We would love to close the show. This is the easiest fight Hopkins has had
not even
in a
breathing
long
hard.
time. And the B-hop chant pretty loud now. Hopkins really taunting him, daring him to come in and land the shot. And Hopkins scores with a hook.
Break. Let him go. Don't punch. Let him go.
The 49-year-old toying with the 30-year-old.
But you know what? If you're Shumenov, toying fine, you can deal with it. But toying and beating on you.
Break. Fight.
The Shumenov haven't been in the fight one single second.
And he came in with a belt.
Don't hold him. Break. Let him go. Right.
And Bernard let him off the hook, to be honest. Because he could have got a knockout this round.
Jab by Hopkins here. Shoulders come together.
Don't hold him.
Uppercut by Hopkins.
Shumenov shook his head no, but I hit another right hand.
Left hook by Hopkins.
Break. Don't punch. Break. Let him go. Be back. Fight.
To Shumenov tonight, it was Shumenov. Could not get to Hopkins. And one of the finest outings we've seen from Hopkins, and probably, I think, the easiest fight he's ever had since the Tarver fight in 2006.
Well, Tavares Cloud was a pretty easy walk in the park.
But he did not look himself as did not do as much as he
dominated tonight. Yeah. It got to a point where I was actually looking for Shumenov to do something. Never happened.
That is a 49-year-old guy in phenomenal shape.
Well, he changed his name properly. He's an alien.
Okay, he's from someplace else.
Look, not even breathing hard. Yeah, not even breathing hard.
Where's the 15 rounds at?
He's yelling now, where's the 15 rounds? I can go 15 rounds. And he can.
He can go 20 tonight the way he fought.
He can go 20 rounds if he continues to do stuff like this. It worked. The right hand was working. He stuck with it.
It's uncanny what he does to these young guns.
And a young Philadelphian fighter who's coming up behind Bernard is here marveling the performance.
Danny Garcia loved that.
Hey, reporters, don't go to sleep. Go. Wake them guys up behind y'all.
Beibut Shumenov could not get near Bernard Hopkins.
And Bernard is over here yelling to the press section, where's the 15 rounds? I can go 15 rounds.
Something that was taken out of boxing a couple decades ago. He could have fought 15.
And they call that they cut it for safety reasons. In the Shumenov's case, glad they did. He would have got hurt in 15 rounds. But the shot started hurting him around the 10th round.
Where's the 15 rounds? Where's the 15 rounds?
But the young man has no shame.
Yeah, he got a lot of company.
Yeah, right. Right. Not the first person that Bernard played with and beat on.
Because I pray to Allah for my forgiveness.
And the way it looks tonight, it won't be the last.
They're still drawing a little bit.
No, I had to do that to get you off.
I think Shumenov is complaining. You beat me too bad.
12 rounds of action. We have a split decision.
Wow.
You
Judge
fight.
ringside, Dave Moretti scores about 116 to 111. Bernard Hopkins. Judge Gustavo Padilla sees about 114 to 113. Beibut Shumenov. And judge at ringside, Jerry Roth sees about 116 to 111 in favor of the winner. He is now the unified light heavyweight champion of the world, Bernard the Alien
No, listen.
They got the right verdict.
No,
but
I've seen some
story.
wild decisions in my days. I have. This is not a wild decision. I mean, you never assign this guy to judge again, ever again. Amazing. I don't know what to say. I've seen some wild decisions. This is not one of those wild decisions. That guy fell asleep, and he woke up and asked somebody, what happened?
You now have won, defended, and unified a championship at your age of 49 years of age. As you wait for your belt, Bernard, were you surprised that this was a split decision?
Listen, when you get into all that about the judges and all that stuff, they go to school, they got judging school, they got commissions. It's a commission job to regulate who made an improper scorecard. It's not my job to deal with that. My job is to get ready to unify this championship before 50.
Did you feel as though this was a close fight, Bernard?
I like to thank the WBA, Mendoza, the family. They've always been loyal to me. I haven't been a champion since I beat Trinidad in 2001. Also the IBF. Al Heyman, thank you. Richard Schaefer, thank you. We going a long way. Kelly Swanson, my big sister. Everybody in camp, we worked hard. As you've seen, Shumenov, a gallant warrior. He will be a champion when I leave. I'm pretty sure he's tough. He's going to learn from this. But I had a great night, a great champion. And DC, you're in the house. I had your colors on.
Now I know your answer is going to be I'm an alien, so we can dispense of that.
You got that right.
How do you manage to do this at your age against this guy's 19 years younger than you, and you put him down in the 11th round?
I'm special.
In what way?
In a way that you believe is good. Special doesn't mean bad. I don't have to explain special. Special is what it is. There's no definition for special. Special speaks for itself.
Let's take a look at that knockdown and tell us how this came about.
Nazim been begging me to throw that short 6-inch right hand over the jab, pull him in, and he run right into it because he likes to spin out to his left. He done that in a couple of fights. They didn't capitalize on it, but I did. And I didn't get it off earlier because it was there the whole fight, and I clicked in and finally got it in there. But like I said, he has an awkward style, but I've been around 27 years. I've seen everything. And I just had to make those adjustments. And that's what I tell the young guys, the Danny Garcias, the Danny Jacobs, the Kid Chocolate, all the fighters, Broner, my little buddy, all these guys, look at the artwork. Boxing is a science. If you don't have to get hit, don't. You don't want nobody else counting your money.
How would you describe your legacy at this point, even though you are continuing in this sport?
I'd like to thank everybody up in Germantown, also Delaware, DeKalb, Green, the green spot, my female, everything. But look, how do I explain?
How would you describe your legacy at this point, even though you're going to continue to fight?
Listen, I describe my legacy sort of like a Joe Frazier. We get knocked down, but we get back up. And I will say, I'll let the historic people, the historians, I let them analyze and debate over the years as I grow a deeper gray beard. And I sit there and have fun watching the soap opera talk and the discussion and debate about what my legacy is and how my legacy was compared to someone else. It's good to box all these years and be able to sit here and talk to you without stuttering.
And not to be screaming at me like we were many years ago around
here. That's our connection. We got, what, 20 plus years in?
A lot together.
Yes.
Now you're going to be with us, I believe, for the Stevenson fight.
Listen.
On Showtime. Are you looking forward to that and forward to fighting him if he wins?
Let me tell you what I'm looking forward to. Espinosa, to me, is the shrewdest and the smartest businessman, along with Al Heyman, and, of course, my man here first. He's the first of the ship, and that's Richard Schaefer. We are with Showtime until I end my career, and whatever big fight it is, I want to be the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world before 50.
And
Stevenson, I'm coming to Canada. I'm getting my papers together.
One more thought here. One more thought. Hold on. Will you do that after you turn 50 on January 15th?
Well, Richard got the date. I call him the numbers man, the legal one. He's not the illegal
after January, man. Richard?
We'll see to do his quick.